Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have a lot to go over today. If you haven't seen, I am going to show you. They have announced all of the golfers. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because, I mean, the golfers are the golfers. It's not a whole lot to go into, but they've announced the golfers. They released just today a MyCareer trailer, which we are going to be going down, another little trailer breakdown. And they also just announced that today at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, they are actually going to be having some gameplay on an IGN live stream. So expect another video tomorrow, honestly, because it's supposed to be gameplay, just gameplay for the game. So I'll be watching that, probably live on stream today, and expect a video tomorrow breaking it all down. But let's go over the golfers that they have chosen for the game. So first up, as you all know, we have Justin Thomas. He is on the cover, and he was the first announced golfer for PGA Tour 2K21. Next up, we have Matt Kuchar, announced right after. He will also be showing up in PGA Tour 2K21. Big fan of the Cooch. I'm excited to see him in career mode, that's for sure. Next up, we have a very skinny DeChambeau. Guess his nickname's the Scientist. I never knew that. But DeChambeau up here. I hope they work a little bit on the player models, not going to lie. The player models do all look quite similar, but if anybody saw DeChambeau this past weekend, my boy looking thick. Real thick. 2 C's. But another good one to have in the game. Excited for DeChambeau. Next up, we have the kids, Kevin Kisner. So far, I would say these first 4 have been great. They have been great. Kuchar, Kisner, DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, all great golfers. Excited to have him into PGA Tour 2K21. The champ of all champs, Cameron Champ. Next up, he's the 5th announced golfer. Welcome in. And when I was doing DFS for golf, Finau would always make me some money. So I'm a big fan of him and excited to play against him. PGA Tour 2K21. Pretty pumped. So far, halfway through, all great golfers. Another one I had no idea. I don't know where the postman came from. Maybe, I guess it's a nickname. I have no idea. But Ian Poulter, welcome in. Welcome in, Ian Poulter. G-Dub. Oh, boy. Gary Woodland is the next one that was announced. And honestly, I mean, these aren't like... I don't think that these are like the big names that people are looking for. Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, you know, like all those like really big household names, but these are all very good golfers to get into the game. So I'm excited. Gary Woodland, the next one that was announced. And then your dad and my dad, Mr. 58, Jim Furyk. I am really happy that Jim Furyk's in the game. Big Furyk fan. I've been a Furyk fan for quite a while. I really enjoy his golf, his pedigree, all of it. So I'm excited to have Jim Furyk in the game to be playing against. Super pumped. That's a good one. Next up, we have Billy Horschel joining the lineup of golfers to grace us in PGA Tour 2K21. We are nearing the end of the list. Billy Horschel joining the fold. Super pumped. As we are down to the final pairing, we have Patrick Cantlay. Again, another great golfer to make it in to the game. Very happy with the choice. Here he is. Patrick, welcome in. And then finally, probably I would say the biggest household name out of the entire lineup, we have Sergio Garcia. Who doesn't like Sergio? I feel like everybody likes Sergio. So I'm extremely happy that they got him in. And that's really the end. And honestly, you put them all together, I think that this is a very good lineup. I mean, a lot of people were shitting all over him. You know, where's Tiger? Where's Jordan Spieth? Where's Rory McIlroy? And listen, I would have liked to have some of those in there as well, but I think that this is a very good first showing of golfers to put into the first pairing with 2K. I think it's very good. I'm very excited to play against them. Still wish you could play as them, but, you know, that's a discussion for another time. But I'm excited to play against them in PGA Tour 2K21 when it drops. So that is all the golfers. All of them that were announced and that will be in the game for you to play against during the MyCareer mode. So now, let's hop into the trailer that was dropped just today for the career mode. So just like last time, I will play it for you all just in case you have not seen it, and then we'll go back through it and just kind of break it down, or at least the things that kind of caught my eye. So here's the trailer for the MyCareer mode in PGA Tour 2K21.
We're back at the 18th hole, and what a scene it is. After an exciting debut on the PGA Tour, it all comes down to this. If Mac makes this putt, he'll walk away with the FedEx Cup and a monumental upset over Justin Thomas. But Mac's journey to get here wasn't easy. Right from the beginning, Mac brought his own style to the course. Now that's a bold choice. Or maybe interesting is the right word here. Mac really puts in the work on and off the course. His Q-School performance just gets better and better.
Luke, this is the spot where you either fail or shine.
Mac continues to be a standout player on this year's Corn Ferry Tour. He's even given his fans their own nickname, the Mac Pack.
Keep your eye on this player. They're going places.
Well, this is a massive moment. Mac steps into the stadium hole for the first time.
The hardest par 4 historically on the PGA Tour.
That heart must be beating out of his chest. Well, it looks like Mac has just handed this round to Cooch. What an awful time to get the shanks.
The PGA Tour is full of underdogs. This is just another one of those scenarios.
Mac is really giving Sergio a run for his money, and the Mac Pack is loving it. If he keeps this up, I might join the Mac Pack myself. And there's a couple of my mates enjoying a little hop and a play around in the shade. This signature hole at the John Deere Classic.
It's a birdie fest.
You can even smell the sizzle of Pork Chop Hill. Well, Mac is playing aggressively here. He's going for the par 5 in 2. Oh, this one looks good. Look at this shot. It might go in.
All right, there it was. The trailer for MyCareer. A lot to go over. And honestly, this got me kind of pumped. Got me kind of pumped for the MyCareer mode. I definitely felt that one in my bones. So let's go over it. Time for the MyCareer trailer breakdown. Starts us off with a nice little view here. Honestly, they really did do some work into the lighting, the shading. I think overall graphics for the course itself. Because this looks really good. Really good. More view of the crowd work that it looks like they have put into, just adding more bodies into the crowd to hopefully give us that atmosphere. But this is a good shot to start off with. Then there's this, just in case you missed it. It's kind of covered up here by the bar that I have, but it says, trailer features custom commentary, voiceover not included in the game. So this is all custom that they did. This is not an actual representation of what the commentary is going to be like, so just keep that in mind. We got another shot here, though. Really, like, if you just see it, just the lighting in general looks like it has taken a step up. It really has. It looks like it has taken a step up for this game. I'm extremely excited just to see how this plays, especially on my PC. I'm pretty pumped. So in this little tidbit, we have kind of like a little bit of an animation walking up to the ball. I don't know if these are going to actually occur in the game or what's going to happen. I'm guessing that they did take this. I think it says later, there's another one of these little things that says it's part cinematics, part gameplay. So these cinematics type things might actually occur in the game, which would be a huge step up for what the game has now. Another look at player models. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really torn. I mean, people are really shitting all over the graphics, but everybody needs to play this game to understand what this game has to offer. The course graphics are absolutely glorious. Player models aren't really the best, for sure, but this game has so much more to offer than the graphics. It really does, and people just need to get their hands on it. But I'll play this little short animation for you just so you can see what I'm talking about, because none of this type of stuff happens in the game currently. Like, all that whole thing, like, that doesn't happen in the game. And it looked pretty cool to see. Of course, you don't want it to happen every single time, but I mean, if it's a big putt, especially in MyCareer mode, if it's like a really big putt that you have to make, if you got like a little bit of a cinematic, like, hey, this is a big putt, you know this is a big putt, you need to go out and make this thing, that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool to see. Of course, you don't want it to happen, like I said, every time. You probably don't want, you definitely don't want it to happen to like quick play or play with your friends or societies or stuff like that. But during my career mode, if you had a little bit of a cinematic feel to it, just kind of an action shot of like, hey, this is something big that's about to happen, you need to go out and make this thing. That'd be pretty cool to see. Another shot of Justin Thomas. Hi, how are you? Nice little belt you got there, bud. Like it. Here we are playing a ball out of the bunker, just showing off some more of the clothes, the shoes, accessories that you can get. If you did notice, it did look like they may have sped the swing up a little bit, which I think would be a great change. Because like I said in my last trailer breakdown, it's always seemed like the swing has just been kind of slow and clunky, like not an actual golf swing that you see from a lot of people. During this entire trailer, it seemed like they have sped the swing up a little bit to make it look a little bit more fluid. I don't know if that's just for the sake of the trailer or if that is actually a change that they actually did. I'm not sure, but it did look like it was sped up some. Nice little shot of a ball coming in here, landing on the green. I'm guessing it's on soft greens because this thing barely even bounced and gets a nice little roll up. And then here's our first look at the MyPlayer purchasing screen. It shows that they're level 1. It shows their coins that they have in the top right. It's the same exact thing that you had in PGA Tour 2019. People have been talking about how scared they are that it's going to be an absolute shit show to purchase things. It's just not going to be the case. You can earn so many credits just by playing the game. It's great. But this shows either what's been unlocked or what's free. I don't know if these are rarities of some sort. I'm not quite sure. But then these shows the ones that you have to pay to get. So it's going to be very similar to the way it was. You'd be able to put it on, actually preview it before you buy it. The screen has changed a little bit. Like this screen, it wasn't this. It used to be just a backdrop of the menus. And you would just change your character's tops and stuff like that. It looks like a lot more detail has been put into the clothes, though, as we're actually getting a look at them. It was very flowy, I would say, in the current gen. There wasn't just a whole lot of detail put into it, but this looks like there's been a lot more detail actually put into the clothes that you're wearing. So that's always good, just to add to a little bit of the, graphical feeling of the game. That looks good. And this player model actually doesn't look too bad sitting here. They definitely have put in some work to the player models. And this looks good. I mean, the player model looks good. People are saying Xbox 360. I know probably people are just like memeing. Maybe they actually think that. I don't know. This isn't 360 graphics though. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. But here's our first look at, here's some casual tops that you can wear use in the game. Here's some casual pants that you can wear. These are in the game, and these are in the game currently, 2019. I don't know if the clover pattern is. I'm not sure. I think it might be, because Royal Awesome is in the game currently. So I know these two are in here for sure. I'm really hoping you're going to be able to change the colors up too. I don't see it down here. There's just filter, select, and back. But hopefully you can change the colors up as well for the different pants that you have or that you're wearing. Some casual bottoms, tattoo golf in here. Yeah, I think some of these are in the game as well. I think both these patterns are. This pattern, the camel pattern, absolutely is. The skulls is as well. These three might be new. I don't remember seeing these in here. And I mean, I could go back and look into PGA Tour 2019 at what's been added and what hasn't. But I'm sure they've done a lot of work in adding more designs into the game. They may even add more as the game goes through its dev cycle. I wouldn't doubt if they released some new gear that you could put onto your golfer just to add to some post-launch content that you could get. Here's a close-up. You got headwear. They cycle through some headwear. Another close-up of the player model. And like I said, they've put in some work on the player model to add to some of the detail of the player model. Hair doesn't look like it's pasted on their face. It actually kind of jumps out a little bit. It looks like they've added a lot of detail just in the skin, the lighting, the eyebrows, the nose. I mean, everything. It looks like they've added just a little bit more detail to the player model overall, which is always great. Is it the best player model ever? No. Is it the greatest graphics I've ever seen? No. But they have done some work to the player models themselves, which I'm always happy with. Progress is still progress. But here's a nice little close-up of the headwear as well. All right, now this clip right here is what I was talking about. Like, I think they've done a little bit of work with the swing. A little bit. It still doesn't look the absolute best, but I think that they have absolutely sped the swing up some. Again, I don't know if it's just for the sake of the trailer or if this is actual, like, 100% speed gameplay. But you can see it. They've sped it up some. Like, it actually comes down a little bit more violently. Because in the game now, it's everything is quite slow. Like, if you play PGA Tour 2019, everything is quite slow. You go up, and you go down, and it's just it just doesn't seem like they're even putting any effort into, especially on drives, they're not putting any effort into actually smashing that ball out into the fairway. This looks like they've definitely either sped it up or worked on the arch of the swing or something. I don't know what looks different, but something looks different. Maybe I'm crazy. Somebody could do like an analysis. Maybe I will at some point where I go out and swing on 2019 and compare it to the swing of this new one. But it does look like they've definitely made it come down a little bit more violent. I'm gonna play this back at full speed so you can see what I'm talking about. Like it has some momentum to it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm crazy. I could be crazy too. Here's the big one. Here's the big one. So here we go. We have a ton of clubs in here. And this is kind of where your attributes are going to come into play. Again, this is just the MyCareer trailer. Highly doubtful this is going to be in play now. You're probably going to get just a standard bag, same distances, stuff like that. Probably not going to be societies. If it does bleed in, hopefully they have a way of balancing it, because it is very, very important that everything stays balanced, especially for the TGC tours. But here is a ton of clubs, some that you can buy as well, and it shows you, for drivers at least, distance, shot shaping, forgiveness, swing plane, and distance control. So distance, of course, what you would think it would be. It shows you the difference between what you have currently selected too. So this Callaway driver that they have selected has less distance than the one that you currently have. Shot shaping is up. That's your ability to fade or draw the ball. So the lower this is, the less you're going to be able to do. These two are interesting. And I don't quite know what they mean. Because forgiveness, that sounds like how big the bar is going to be over your swing, how big it's going to be for you to mess up where it doesn't affect the outcome of the ball. But swing plane could also be that. You have to keep your club through the swing plane so that you can hit the ball straight or hit it to wherever you are going to. Another thing that it could be is it could be how drawing and fading works. So they could be introducing in 2019, if you want to put a draw or fade, you just change draw or fade, and then you still just pull it back straight and flick it up straight. Now it may be, if you want to draw or fade, like past golf games, you may have to actually angle your club the way you want to do a fade or a draw. So maybe the higher the rating of swing plane, the more close to center it is. I don't really know. I feel like these two are the same, though, or could be interpreted as the same. So I'm not sure what this is going to entail. But if I was a betting man, I would say forgiveness is how big the bar is for you to miss, for it to affect the outcome of the ball, and swing plane has something to do with fading and drawing the ball. Be my guess. Distance control, this interests me because distance control, right now, the way that it works in 2019 is you have a circle, and your swing could go anywhere in that circle. More than likely, it's going to go the distance that you go, but it could go anywhere in this circle that is, where you're hitting it to. So the club may go 145, could go 140, could go 150. But it's this circle with a yardage difference. So distance control could be how big that is. So if your distance control is maxed out, you're going to hit that thing what that club says every single time, no matter what. If you hit a perfect swing, that ball is going to land on that dot right there. There's going to be no error for miss. It's going to land. If you hit a perfect swing, that's where that ball is going to go. That's what I'm thinking distance control is. So the lower it is, the bigger margin of error that is. So you could hit a full power perfect shot, and it might not go the full power. It might actually go a little bit shorter just because the distance control of the club isn't that great. Those are my guesses for all of this: distance, shot shaping, forgiveness, swing plane, and distance control. I like the way that this looks, though, especially for MyCareer, because one thing that happened with MyCareer, it just got stale. It really did. It just got stale. It was just the same thing over and over and over again, and the overall gameplay just got stale. So adding in a little bit of like chance of progression within the MyCareer mode is absolutely phenomenal. Here's a couple of looks at some more putters. Infinite in here, Ben Hogan in here. Yeah, just an overall look at a lot more putter selection that you have. The spaceship. Yeah, this is great. I mean, like I said, the more options we have, the more customization we have, the better this is going to be. They are not showing, though, at least I don't think so. They didn't show what stats there are on putting, because that's going to be a big deal on what stats each putter has. Like, what's it going to be? Swing forgiveness as well? I mean, that's probably going to be in there. Distance control of some sort? I don't know. Maybe there isn't one. Maybe the putters are just... Maybe they're just that. Just nothing. They're just a putter just for you to look at. Maybe there is no stats that go with the putter whatsoever. Here's coming up a nice look at a nice little putt. Breaking heavy, but a good putt nonetheless. Oh, nailed it. Oh my gosh, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh my god, the emotion. Like I said in my last trailer breakdown, the emotion, having your player actually show that he is pumped up for something that happened is great. I am so excited. So excited that there is more emotion in your player this year. Beyond pumped. Here's another look at a swing. You guys can tell me I'm crazy. Maybe I am. Really. Maybe I am. But the swing looks like it has sped up and has added a little bit more fluidity to it. It really does. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. But it does seem better. Oh boy. All right. So for the irons, same thing. We have different irons, some TaylorMades in here. HB Studios Pro. Oh yeah. You know it. Some Callaways. But here we go. Here it is again. Distance, shot shaping, forgiveness, swing plane, distance control. See how this distance control has actually gone up some? I'm telling you, it's gonna come down to that circle and how much you can hit that ball on a dot. So I'm interested to see how this plays in. And it also seems to me like you can mix and match your bag. Instead of all Callaway irons, it looks like you can have certain irons be something. Because these are all 3 irons. 3 iron, 3 iron, 3 iron, 3 iron. So it looks like your bag, you can actually, depending on how your clubs play or how you play with certain clubs, like maybe for some reason, your 5 iron just doesn't quite have the distance that you're looking for out of a 5 iron. Instead of clubbing up to a 4 iron, you may be able to just put a different 5 iron in the bag. It's looking like you can just mix and match. It even tells you what club you currently have equipped, what brand and what model it is, and it gives you your, like this is the difference between distance and everything for the club that you currently have equipped. If you can make a bag completely fitting how you want to play and the distances that you want, that is huge. That is gigantic. Instead of just having, this is your bag, this is the distance it's going to go, being able to like pick and choose, like I like a TaylorMade 5 iron and a Callaway 9 iron, or something of that nature, because that's where the distances lie for me and what works best for me. And I want my loft wedge to be distance control maxed out. It doesn't have to go 100 yards. It can go 80 yards, but I like my loft wedge to be right on the dot no matter what. Like that, there is so much room for customization in that sense, where you don't just pick Callaway irons. or tailor-made irons. Select one, you get the set kind of thing. You can go through and mix and match your entire bag to match what you want to do out on the course. And that is a level of customization that I was not expecting. Truly was not expecting. And it leaves the door wide open for you to make the bag your own. And if you want to just do all Callaway irons, same model, you can do that too. Doesn't matter. The customization is in your hands, which is absolutely great. I'm interested to see how all of this is implemented. Here is another shot of just how beautiful this game can be. Like, this is a huge, huge world that they have built here, and this is the entire course being rendered on screen. Like, almost the entire course being rendered on screen. The visuals, like for houses and stuff, they aren't the cleanest, but the actual course itself looks very good. Looks very good, and you can tell that they have definitely put in work to improve visual quality of the game in its entirety from what it is now in 2019. This is a great shot. I absolutely love this shot. Here they did a little bit of a flash of the Corn Ferry Tour. Wouldn't be a PGA Tour career if they didn't have the Corn Ferry in there as well, so Corn Ferry is in. More than likely, you're going to have to be playing through the Corn Ferry, as the announcer kind of states in the trailer. So play through the Corn Ferry, get to the PGA Tour, go through, play your PGA Tour, and all that. So looking like we're going to be starting in the Corn Ferry, doing Q School. You do Q School, go through the Corn Ferry, win some tournaments, get your PGA Tour card, go play in PGA Tour events. That's how the career is going to play out. I also saw a response to a tweet because somebody said, are you going to be able to change events? The answer that they gave was a little, not that great. It didn't look like we're going to be able, they said you can change events outside of the MyCareer. So one of my big gripes was, it was just the same all the time. Like, I would like to do the Masters or update the schedule with the Masters and put in, a course that isn't Augusta, promise, just looks like it, in and have some ability to add some of the schedule that I want just to give it a little change of pace. The answer wasn't quite to my liking, so it's leaning towards not going to be able to do it. You're just going to have whatever they give you for the MyCareer mode, but we'll see. Maybe it was just an answer on the fly, but we'll see. Here we go, a little bit of a cinematic here, waving to the crowd. Yeah, hey, that's me. That's me, yeah, I'm the best. Emotion, love it. The crowd standing and cheering. Oh. Big fan. More emotion. Nice little fist pump. Love it. Little wave to the crowd as well. Love it. Here we have a look at another course. We have the Genesis Invitational. This is hole number 10 of the Riviera Country Club. So Riviera Country Club is going to be in the game. The Genesis Invitational is going to be in the game as well. So another course to add on to already the... What do we have from the last trailer? 10, I think, courses. So this is number 11. Good amount of courses, actually, this time around. I'm extremely excited. But here we have Riviera Country Club for the Genesis Invitational. And now we're going to have a full look at the swing. Backswing to downswing. Again, maybe I'm crazy, but it sure looks like they've sped it up some and made it a lot more fluid. And I don't want to say a lot more violent, because that's not the word, because you still want to have control of it. But I don't know. It just looks like they've done some work on it. Shebanga. Feeling good. Feeling good. Another look of Valspar. Copperhead course. Oh, lipped out. That sucks. There we go. A little bit more emotion. Pissed that he missed the putt. Love it. Here's a look. Cooch. About to bury this sucker home. Boom. Made it. Win. All right. Here's a look of the ball coming in down to the rough. So, the rough. Again, this is going off of what we have now, 2019. The rough and everything about it is a little flat. Everything's a little bit of flat. This looks like it's added a little bit of texture just to kind of show like, hey, this is heavy rough. Right now, it's just like kind of like you just got to look at the color. Well, the color's different. That's heavy rough kind of thing. This is definitely added in a lot more texturing into the grass. It looks good. Another thing, okay, so big thing that I always complained about is what I call bouncy rough. So in 2019, if you go into the rough, that thing bounces. And I mean a ton. Like, you can actually get yourself saved. You hit it into the deep stuff, it takes a 10-yard bounce, and it comes out of the rough somehow. I call it bouncy rough. It's been a problem for a while. 2019, I feel like it was exacerbated a lot. The rough was extremely bouncy. This clip, though, and this is coming out of the fairway, so it's going to be bouncing in the fairway into the rough, and it looks like it actually hits and loses a ton of speed and is about to settle before they cut it. Right there. Big bounce in, very tiny bounce once it actually gets into the rough. Very, very, very small bounce. And it looks like it's actually about to settle. So if they've made some improvements to the way that rough reacts to the ball, that is a big change, because that was a problem, I think, in 2019 at least, where it just bouncy rough was just a problem. If you watch any 2019 gameplay, like if you've watched my rounds, you'll just notice sometimes when you hit in the rough, that thing bounces forever. Where rough is going to make the ball stick in there. You're going to get buried in it. So it looks like they've definitely made some changes to the way that the rough reacts to the ball, which is phenomenal. And then here, the next shot is something you've probably always seen or have done, like me. Ball taking a bad bounce, and see you later. That's typical of my golf game. To be the best, you got to beat the best, guys. You have to beat the best. Look at Sergio, some more crowds. Got a shot in here. It looks like if this is the follow camera that we're about to see, I think they've changed the way the follow camera is too. A little bit. It seemed like it hit and then just kind of like zoomed in on the ball, which is great because you don't have to see the full picture. If it could just like zoom in, like kind of bring it closer to the ground and zoom in a little bit to your ball and where it's about to settle, that's actually really good. Some look at some wildlife, some roos, John Deere Classic hole too. Some more swing types. When I saw this right here, I was like, oh my gosh, put in the heartbeat. Give me the Tiger Woods heartbeat. Thump, 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 thump. Like that looks like it's about to be dead nuts. It's going to hit, take a nice little roll in towards the hole. Yeah, bring your skills, guys, okay? Bring the swagger. Bring on the competition. Again, more crowd work. They have added in so much crowd work. I love it. They just need to get loud like they do. Big putt getting made. They need to be loud. And boom. Tough acting. That's where the trailer ends. The PGA Tour MyCareer trailer. A lot of exciting stuff in here, really. I am excited. I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm excited to see how the clubs and everything work out. That's just going to be a MyCareer thing. If they're going to have it bleed into offline modes, I don't know. If they're going to have it bleed into society modes or matchmaking or something of that nature, it's going to be extremely interesting to see what they do. But the MyCareer looks great. It looks like they have done a lot of changes, a lot of things that will keep me playing the MyCareer mode at least longer than 5 days. Super excited about it. I think that this trailer should have got a lot of people pretty pumped about the game, honestly. There was also somebody saying, like, is this going to be scripted like the NBA? And they said, no, it's not. They just put this together, you know, for the sake and purposes of a trailer. It is not going to be a scripted MyCareer mode whatsoever. You're going to just be playing through, going against pros at some point. Maybe you're going to have little challenges where you go against them. Maybe some match play events, something of that nature, but it is not scripted either. And that's all she wrote for the PGA Tour 2K21 MyCareer trailer. Again, at 8 o'clock tonight. This video should be out before 8. But at 8 o'clock tonight, they are going to have a gameplay live stream with IGN. So be on the lookout for that if you're actually looking for gameplay. It was mixed in here, but this is sounding like it's going to be true gameplay with some of the dev team there talking through it as well. But thank you for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking. PGA Tour MyCareer mode. What you're thinking about the game in general. Are you pumped? Did this pump you up even more? Have you got the pre-order in, or are you still waiting? Do you hate it? Everything about it. You just hate it. Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, though, make sure to leave a like on the video or think about subscribing to the channel. I play the TGC Tours. If you don't know what that is, it is an online competitive league for the PGA Tour 2019, and it'll venture over to this game when it releases. But it has thousands of players. You play competitively going through the flights. I am currently on the PGA Tour Career. It's the highest that you can get. And I post those rounds Wednesday through Saturday. If you're interested in that, drop some. Any PGA Tour 2K21 content that comes out, you can find that here as well. I will keep everybody up to date on what the PGA Tour 2K21 holds. I'll be watching the gameplay video, though, so keep an eye out tomorrow for any breakdown I have for that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Have a good one. Be on the lookout tomorrow for a gameplay breakdown of 2K21. Talk to you then. Deuces.